Now, President Biden warned Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu against the planned Israeli offensive on Rafah during a rare phone call today. It's the first time the pair have spoken directly in more than a month, which seems extraordinary in itself. Mr Netanyahu did promise to send a delegation to Washington to discuss the Rafah operation. And Dan joins us now from Washington tonight. And did this call in any way improve the strained relations now between Biden and Netanyahu, between the US and Israel, Dan?
Well, I think the White House is trying to suggest that it may be improving things. It described the meeting as being businesslike and one in which they both elaborated on their views in a, quote, full-throated way. Make of that what you will. But look, it is highly unusual for the Israelis to send a delegation of military and humanitarian officials to discuss an operation before it happens, even though this is one of their closest allies, an attempt perhaps to sort of patch up a relationship which has no doubt been under real strain, perhaps the worst strain it's been under for many, many decades. Here's how the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan described the meeting that's coming up in the next few days, he said.
From the president's perspective, we've arrived at a point where each side has been making clear to the other its perspective, its view, and now we really need to get down to brass tacks and have the chance for a delegation from each side on an integrated basis, everyone sitting around the same table, talking through the way forward.
So it may buy some time for these bigger talks in which they're hoping to get a sort of 6-week pause in hostilities and get more hostages out. That may be perhaps one result. One other thing to come out of this briefing, Julie, that the number 3 in Hamas, a man called Marwan Issa, is now confirmed to have been killed in an Israeli airstrike. But the man heading that organisation, Yahya Sinwar, remains at large. The White House saying they think he is in tunnels somewhere under Gaza.
OK, thank you very much indeed, Dan, for that.